That's so awesome. So let's talk a little bit about Lisa, the community that you saw when you were there. What was the village like and what were the women like? I know you met Frida and you know about her story. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Um, yeah, so we had the opportunity to tour the village with a staff member um, from Mercy's Light. And this is someone who had grown up in the community. She is married to a Muslim man who has more than one wife. And basically, she wasn't receiving enough food for herself and her family, is how I understand it. And when we went and toured the village, she was very confident. She was very happy and proud of the village and of especially of the home that she had built herself. Um, the house was made basically enough food for herself and her family, is how I understand of mud and sticks, and it had a thatch roof. But she, shared with us pride in having built it, and she was working on another structure actually at the time. The house had no floor other than a dirt floor, and of course, did not have any running water, did not have a way for her to take a shower or bath like we take for granted. Just being able to go to a sink and get tap water. Um, but she certainly had created a homey environment for her family. And when I saw her at Mercy's Light and at a staff training event that they did, um, she always looked so serene. She always was well dressed. You would have thought that she had ironed her dress. Her hair was braided beautifully. She held herself so well. And at this event, people, um, staff were writing on one another's that, really showed her that they admired. And I just wrote serene on her hand. What it brought to mind for me was that saying from Philippians in the Bible that Paul wrote about, where he said that, he could be happy. Well, I don't think he really uses the term happy, but he says content in every situation. So whether he had adequate food or not, whether you know, that he could do all things, through God who gave him strength. And that's how I felt about Frida. Um, Going to Mercy's Light had really changed her and given her confidence and self esteem. And she just carried herself well. And despite those circumstances, which I think most people would have a difficult time living in, um, you would never have known it by looking at her. So it was very, I guess, shocking and surprising to see how she was living, but also very uplifting.
Lisa, the way that you described almost sounded like you were reading a book. Like you definitely were touched by your mission. And thank
Oh,
you for going and helping us. That was very inspirational.
well, she is very inspirational.